What's going on YouTube? CGL's New Jersey Collectibles here with another flea market video. Unfortunately, I don't have flea market footage. We had some camera issues, and Dad ended up going to the flea market solo without the camera. You know, didn't have it with him. But that's all right, because we're just gonna skip right to the good part, which is just going through this stack of comic books that he got. Paid roughly $1 a piece for everything. I'm not sure the specifics on all that. I also bought some toys on eBay, and a toy on eBay with some accessories to it as well. So I'm going to go through that, and you guys already probably saw the video, but I'm just going to go through it in more detail here so you guys can really see what it is I acquired and how excited I am to show it off in closer detail right now. So let's not waste much time. Let's just flip the camera. We'll get right into showing you guys what it is that Dad got and what I got, and yeah, enjoy it. Alright guys, so I want to start off by showing you my eBay purchase in closer detail. I went kind of fast in the last video, but if you saw it and you comment on it, I appreciate that very much. I was on eBay scrolling through a bunch of stuff. I was looking at comic books, I was looking at action figures, I was looking at die-cast cars, I was looking at all sorts of stuff, and I stumbled across this box for a Special Agent 007 James Bond Aston Martin DB5 Corgi car number 261. All of Corgi's models are labeled with a number. This one, you can see 261 is kind of all over the box. These toys are made overseas in what was Great Britain. Is it still Great Britain? Is it still Great Britain, or do they just call it England? I'm not 100% sure. The toys are made in London, so that's pretty cool. Basically, though, at the end of the day, these are, well, look, these are not particularly hard to find. But what I am saying is that they are harder to find here in the United States than they are overseas in London and in Great Britain. It could, because that's where they're made. So definitely they're more common there. And a lot of the sellers that you'll see that are selling these on eBay, you'll see that they ship from overseas. It does cost a little more to ship. This guy was actually right over in New York, so I didn't have that problem. So he had this on his eBay for $35 plus shipping. It's just the box, but I believe I do have a toy that can go into here, which I was really stoked to see. And I didn't even see it. Says from the James Bond film Goldfinger, so super cool there. The cars are really cool. They're intricate. They have a lot of details to them, a lot of special gadgets. And at $35 plus shipping, I put it on my watch list, and he sent me an offer for $30. So naturally, I thought, you know what, it's a great price. I'm going to go ahead and pop on it. I'm scrolling through his eBay page, and he also has something else that I really want. So, along with the $30 purchase on the James Bond box, I also got, I took everything out so you guys can see it. I also got a super rare Corgi Batmobile. And all Corgi Batmobiles in good shape in boxes are very rare to find. It is a very detailed toy. It's super cool. But what makes this model particularly desirable is the fact that it has these red wheels. And these red wheels are something that only came out limited time. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, I believe that these red wheels are either from the year 1970 or the year 1971. There's many different versions as to how this car was made. The original ones, I believe, are kind of all black wheels with a little red bat symbol on the rim, and that's the original version, I believe. Don't quote me on that. There's probably like a dozen different Batmobile versions. This toy is not in great condition. As you can see, it has a lot of paint chips, especially in the front. You can tell some little kid was smashing this thing around when he was a kid, but he did a good job in keeping it in relatively good shape, and he kept these little figures, guys. These little Batman and Robin figures, they easily come out, and most of the Corgi toys that you'll see come without Batman and Robin, or one of them's missing, or usually both of them are missing. So this one has the originals. These little figures alone will probably fetch between $25 and $50 for a little figure like that, just for guys that want to complete their toys. This does come, as the original Batmobile, had a blade in the front. So if you press this button, it's kind of like a little blade comes out, a little saw. And the cool part about this toy, which, I mean, a lot of us know about rocket firing Boba Fett and how that toy was canceled because it was deemed too dangerous for kids. Well, check this out. These Corgi toys come with these little rockets, these little missiles here, and these are obviously death traps for children. But I mean, hey, if you were a smart kid, you survived. If you were a dumb one, you didn't make it. So we got all these rockets here, and the rockets go into the center exhaust port there, the middle rocket launcher, I should say. I'm going to try not to lose it here as it comes out. It's going to come out really fast. Bam! I don't know if you guys caught that. You got to play that back in slow motion to see that. That was super cool. And so it comes with those missiles plus all these. It's got all the original missiles. It has the original instructions, which is killer. This is awesome. Yep. Does have there's a bat boat attachment that you can also get for the car. Super cool. This kind of explains some of the little intricacies of everything. And the box. And this is what was really cool to me because I never owned a box quite like this, where it has this amazing decal on the back. Just so you guys know, this is a super rare toy. I spent $350 on it. I sent the guy an offer for $350. He had it listed at $450. So yeah, $380 combined plus shipping plus fees. It came out to about $410 for both these items. The cool part for me is that this is actually my second Batmobile with red wheels. I actually have two of them, and I'm always looking to buy more. So if anybody has one for a good price, it's super. I'm a buyer. These are really rare, really highly desirable collectible pieces. I've never seen one in person personally. You know, I've been going to toy shows and Comic Cons, and I haven't gone to Corgi shows specifically, which they do. I believe they do have some Corgi shows. Again, more popular over the pond than it is here. But I've never, in all my years of doing this, I've seen a couple of Batmobiles, and usually in rough shape, never really that great. But I've never seen a red wheel in person, and this one, to have this original box, to have the instructions, to have the missiles, to have the Batman and Robin, I'm really proud to add this to the collection. I think, you know, for me, it's a long-term hold. I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. Like I said, I got two of them now, and I want more. So if the price is right, I definitely won't hesitate to buy more of these. And so yeah, it was a super cool toy and super cool interaction in general. I'm glad that there were no problems or anything like that, and I am stoked with that purchase. So let me pack this up here, and then we'll get right into the comic books. All right, so let's get into the comic books one by one. These were all purchased by Dad this weekend at the New Jersey Meadowlands Flea Market. And like I said, he got all these books for roughly $1 a piece. I don't know what's in here. It looks pretty good right off the bat. I see an Amazing Spider-Man, $155. Dad may mention that this might be a rare 30-cent variant. I don't know the details of that. I know that some variants are rare, some are not. So that might be a good one. Again, for basically $1. Some Wolverine, Weapon X stuff. Here's a nice Wolverine cover. I was kind of bummed because Dad said that the guy that he bought these Wolverine comics from is actually a seller he's never seen before, a guy that just showed up with comics, so I would have liked to have gotten that on camera. Unfortunately, I just couldn't make it. And so we sent Dad without the equipment. But I think he did pretty good. Let me just back this up for you guys a little bit. So we got 2 copies of Weapon X, number 77. There's number 80. We haven't had too many of these Wolverine Weapon X comic books featured on this channel, so it's good to see some new covers, new titles. Wolverine 83. Oh, and you guys know me. Anybody that watches this channel religiously, which I know some of you do, knows that I'm a big Juggernaut fan, and Wolverine versus Juggernaut. Fun battle. Although in the Amazing Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends cartoon. It's an awesome Juggernaut appearance in that cartoon. It's the first time Juggernaut's on screen. Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends link up with the X-Men, and in the end they have a big fight. And the Wolverine versus Juggernaut fight is so disappointing. But at the same time, Wolverine's character had not yet developed into what he became in you know, by the 90s, he was a different character than what he was in 1981 or whatever that episode aired. But super, if you guys have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But super underwhelming fight. But it's always fun watching that episode. It's a great episode. Got more of these Wolverine comics here. I'm going to try to go a little fast because we do have a lot of them, and I don't want to spend too much time on any one particular copy. Wolverine 73, Wolverine 80, again, Cyber. 81, looks like a continuing story. Looks like Nightcrawler joins in on the action there. 78. 57, looks like we're going to switch titles, so I'm going to switch stacks. Star Wars. Number 94, nice little Ewok cover. Crisis of the Infinite Earths. Is that number 2? That's cool. Masters of the Universe, number 5. Love these 80s Masters of the Universe comics. Batman 265. Batman 293, got a Lex Luthor cover. Marvel Age number 25. Looks like we got a little Rocket Raccoon appearance there. Got some Bronze Age here. The Inhumans number 9. Inhumans number 8. A little rough, but they're there. Pit number 1. Not sure if there's any followers of Pit on this channel, but if you love it, let me know what it's about. I never heard of it. What if the Punisher had killed Daredevil? Some more What If Punisher. Marvel Age. The Armor Wars, number 92. I love that. Ghost Rider, number 79. That's a cool cover. Another copy of Batman 265, so 2 copies of that. 269. Here's a really cool Joker cover. I wish the comic was a little nicer. It's pretty creased up, but that's a super cool cover. Iron Man 204. It looks like it's in nice shape. Some of these are bagged. Most of these look like they're not, but a lot of what's coming up here looks like they're in bags, so a little bit better condition. Iron Man 186. There's a cool cover, 171. Iron Man versus Thunderbolt. I thought that was Power Man for a second, but nope, that is Thunderbolt. More Iron Man, a lot of Iron Man here. Good stuff, good stuff. 183. Guys, while I'm going through these comic books, I actually just reminded myself a couple things to shout out. First of all, you guys got to check out my Instagram, where I'm going to be posting stuff a lot more frequently, and also my TikTok, where I'm also going to be posting stuff a lot more frequently. But you know, if like I've said in the past, if it's a hassle for you to keep up with all these social media platforms, you know, I don't want this to be a traumatic experience for anybody. So you should be having fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, I don't mind if you just stick to the YouTube videos, because hey, that's where I'm having fun with this the most, is doing the YouTube stuff. But I am on these other social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok. I also want to shout out my one friend Greg Hilliard, big supporter of the channel. We've done a video in the past, and he's got a video with my dad coming up where went to the New Jersey SuperCon. That was a while ago. It was a couple months ago, but I never got the video done. But that will be coming up in the next installment of CGL's New Jersey Collectibles. Greg's Instagram is right here, as you can see. And he does a lot of buying and selling on eBay, and a lot of buying and selling in person too. So if you are looking for any books, or if you see anything on his pages that you like, contact him directly, and I'm sure he'll get back to you on it. Super knowledgeable about the hobby. I also want to shout out, first-time shout out for my teammate. This is my quarterback, my flag football team, our team captain, Mason the Nerd. He has a really cool channel where he does kind of his own thing on movie reviews, and he has episode reviews of TV shows that come out. He's a big Marvel, and I don't think he's as big on DC. Mason, correct me though, but I think he's a really big Marvel guy, and he does a bunch of cool stuff. Has a bunch of guests on his. He just had a questionnaire, an interview with special guests and stuff like that. So he does a really good job, and go check him out, and you guys will probably love the channel. I bet. He keeps up with a lot of this stuff a lot more than I do, so it's definitely fun to tune into his channel, see what he's talking about all the time. So we finished that off, just a couple odd titles here at the end. We had a Thor 345, Amazing Spider-Man 331. I don't know if that's significant at all, but it is Punisher. X-Men 196, and all these seem to be in pretty good shape. Captain America and Falcon 207. So there's a little bit of bronze in there, mostly newer stuff, which you guys know me, I kind of tend to lean away, but it looks like these are all good titles. You know, it's all Iron Man, Wolverine, and some good stuff there. So that's pretty much it. Obviously, great job on Dad buying most of these comics for pretty much $1, maybe $1 or less it averaged out to. Shout out to the guy on eBay who set me up with this great deal. I always appreciate when guys work with you and they give accurate and honest descriptions of their stuff. So that was super cool. I will, somebody asked me in my last video to list the eBay seller's name, because they like to find guys that do good positive transactions. So I'll do that right now. The guy that sold me these toys, this is his eBay. So be sure to check him out. And he's got my seal of approval. I'm highly recommending. He did a good job packing, did a good job interacting. It was very quick, no delays, so super happy with that. Guys, like I said, in the next video, Dad and Greg are going to take us on a trip to New Jersey SuperCon, and I'm going to be looking at it for the first time. I'm sure most of you were already there. But yeah, it'll be fun. So thank you for tuning into this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.